No, I love Henry Morris and ICR and all their work and don't want to hurt him in any way, but he's simply wrong about this one. There's not a copyist error. Both verses are perfectly fine. There's no contradiction. Read it very carefully. It says Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots. The Chronicles passage says Solomon had 4,000 stalls for horses and chariots. They had 10 horses per chariot. If he had 40,000 stalls of horses for the chariots, he would need 4,000 stalls for the chariots and horses. He had 10 horses per chariot. The New International Version, NIV, got it wrong. They messed it up. The New American Standard got it right. The New Revised Standard got it wrong. Different versions have messed it up. It's perfectly fine like it is. How many men did David kill? When you compare 2 Samuel with 1 Chronicles, 2 Samuel says, the Syrians fled before Israel, and David slew the men of 700 chariots of the Syrians. When you read the passage in 1 Chronicles, it says, the Syrians fled before Israel, and David slew of the Syrians 7,000 men which fought in chariots. And people say, oh, there's a contradiction here. Was it 700 or 7,000? Both passages are perfectly fine. They had 10 men per chariot. They had 10 men and 10 horses because, you had to have 10 horses in case you get a flat tire. The chariot, the horse is more likely to get shot than anything else, or the biggest creature out there. And so they would have, the chariot's not going to get tired, the men and horses get tired, so they go out, fight for a while, come back, swap men, swap horses, go out and fight again. Not a contradiction at all. So if he slew the men of 700 chariots, he would slay 7,000 men which fought in chariots. It's perfectly fine, just like it is. The NIV got it wrong. They said David killed 700 of their charioteers, and in Chronicles it says David killed 7,000 of their charioteers. This is a clear contradiction. I would not want to defend any version of the Bible in a debate other than the King James. New Revised Standard got it wrong. Genesis 10 says, these are the sons of Shem after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. So it says in chapter 10 that the earth was divided up into the different nations and languages. When you come to chapter 11, it says the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. One atheist I debated said, see, there's a contradiction here. Not a contradiction. Chapter 10 describes all the table of nations. Chapter 11 goes back and is giving a recap of everything. It's no different than a newspaper or a news media man saying, 30 people killed in a bus crash in, the Pocono Mountains or something. And then they start telling the story and says the bus was traveling down the highway. You say, wait a minute, I thought the headline says the people were killed in the crash. Now it's traveling on the highway. Well, they're retelling the story. Duh. That's common in journalism or writing of any kind. And chapter 11 is just retelling the story, giving a recap of what happened. Okay. Numbers chapter 25. So